Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on this Monday. You're watching the 9 at Night. I'm Stephania Jimenez. Tonight, a community came together to honor the 3 people who were killed in a car crash last night. All 3 were siblings, a 20-year-old woman and her 10 and 17-year-old brothers. And they were on their way to pick up medicine for their mother when another driver T-boned their car. Happened around 10 o'clock last night on Thousand Oaks near Perrin Vital. Tragically, that location is just 3 blocks from where the siblings lived. San Antonio police say the SUV driver didn't yield, turned in front of the car and slammed right into it. That impact caused the car to roll over and knock down a utility pole and power lines. The driver who caused the crash was taken to the hospital to be checked out. New video is showing the intensity of a fire that destroyed a local family's home in northeast Bexar County. This happened yesterday afternoon in the 8900 block of Twin Creek Farm in Converse. Neighbors said they heard a loud bang, looked outside, and just like that, the home was in flames. Video from a Ring doorbell camera shows the flames and deputies rushing to get people outside. The homes on both sides of the house that caught fire were also damaged.
I can smell the smoke. The smoke was starting to come into the bedroom. All you could see was fire on that side. House, I just grabbed some clothes and ran out.
It's no words to describe it. It's very hard, you know, just real emotional times.
Now the Red Cross is helping the family living in the home that was destroyed. Caught on camera at the Migrant Welcoming Center in El Paso, law enforcement seen throwing a man to the ground. You're seeing it there. The video was posted to Facebook by the Opportunity Center for the Homeless. The person in law enforcement pushes the person against the windows. You saw that, then slammed the person to the ground and started handcuffing them. Another person who also appears to be in law enforcement stands over them. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection says that it's investigating that incident. Outside of the country, thousands of supporters of Brazilian ex-president Jair Bolsonaro stormed Congress and the country's Supreme Court yesterday. The far-right former president condemned the violence in a tweet, but has been claiming for months that October's election against his opponent was a fraud. Police say they've taken control of the presidential palace and other government buildings as Bolsonaro's supporters invaded and demanded for him to be reinstated. He's been falsely claiming that voter fraud led to his defeat and called for a military coup to regain power. Back here at home, we hope that you've been having an awesome Monday. Meteorologist Adam Caskey has your Tuesday morning forecast.
Areas of fog developing overnight and lasting through the morning commute, probably not burning off until about 10 a.m. tomorrow. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast, 52 degrees at 7 a.m. By noon, we're sunny and up to 70. Then we have a high temperature of 77. We'll hit that around 4 p.m. Wednesday's going to be very similar, but up to 80 degrees. Then a midweek cold front hits Wednesday night. That's going to drop temperatures back down into the 60s for highs Thursday through Saturday. Also, you'll notice a gusty wind on Thursday. It's out of the north, which will likely boost the mountain cedar count.
Today marks a big step for UTSA and its downtown expansion. The university unveiled San Pedro 1, a new hub for high-tech research and education right along the San Pedro Creek. UTSA says that this is going to be a world-class facility that's going to usher in a new era of high-tech education, research, and innovation in our great state of Texas. The $91.8 million facility is going to house the university's National Security Collaboration Center and new School of Data Science, advancing economic development right in our urban core. At today's grand opening, local leaders said that this is a really exciting time, not just for the university, but also for our community.
We're all in on the business of preparing a future workforce that's trained, it's been trained equitably, and it's here to stay here and work in our economy. So we're really excited about today and what it means.
And there's more of this coming up because San Pedro 1 is the first project in UTSA's phased 10-year plan to boost the downtown campus in a goal to make it a destination for producing highly skilled professionals in data science, data analytics, and also national security. The next step is San Pedro 2, development of the property, which is going to be right next door to this one. So it's going to keep growing. Speaking of other things in our city, an industrial alleyway at the center of downtown San Antonio is being turned into that. That's pretty much an artist's dream. And the group designing it wants to hear from you. So this is Peacock Alley, just off Broadway. Centro San Antonio is asking for your feedback on concepts and also designs for that alley. Selected artists are going to get a grant for Centro San Antonio's 2023 Spring Series. Project leaders are hoping that Peacock Alley helps local businesses, but also local artists, but also small businesses in the area.
All of this is to really inspire and support small businesses, as well as really reclaim spaces for locals. So what better way to make memories in downtown than with locals supporting locals, and Peacock Alley is that communal space.
And doesn't it look cool? Yeah, the grants are going to be rewarded at the end of the month. If you have any ideas that you want to submit for Peacock Alley, we have the link for you to do so right now. Just head to KSAT.com and look for this story. Now we have important life-saving information for the parents of infants. Two companies that make sleepers are re-announcing their massive recalls because more infants have died. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz shows us which products can put babies at risk.
These sleepers for infants were popular for years, but now Fisher-Price is repeating its 2019 recall of more than 4.5 million Rock and Play sleepers because since that recall, 8 more infants have died. In all, approximately 100 babies' deaths are linked to them. Kids 2 also is re-announcing its recall of nearly 700,000 rocking sleepers because 4 more infants have died in the past 3 years. The danger is in the design, that incline.
Products that place an infant in a reclined sleeping position increase the risk of suffocation, causing an infant's head to tilt forward and compress the airway.
Or they may roll over into the cushion. Unable to roll back, they suffocate. Those inclined sleepers for infants are now banned by federal law. They're no longer made or legally sold, but they are still very likely in homes and still being used. Something else popular with parents and legal, inclined rockers. They're not marketed for sleep, but desperate parents may use them that way. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says 13 deaths are linked to Fisher-Price inclined rockers and warns parents they should never be used for sleep. The safest way for infants to sleep, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, is alone on their backs on a firm flat surface, such as a crib, play yard, or bassinet. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Federal regulators now in contact with Tesla about a tweet regarding their car's autopilot system. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is questioning a tweet from a blogger that the CEO, Elon Musk, responded to. The blogger claimed that Tesla owners should be able to disable a reminder to keep their hands on the wheel after driving for 10,000 miles. Now, Musk responded with, quote, agreed, update coming up in January. Now, all of this comes in the middle of the agency's already started investigation into the autopilot system that's hit pedestrians and also first responders, and that's why it's so significant right now. Well, right now we are out of time. The 9 at Night returns tomorrow. Have a beautiful night, and we'll see you then.